From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, nothing can stop us now. Nick and Carlin join us to talk about their Disney journey, where it's come from and where is it going. Episode 312 of the Disney Crush Podcast is starting right now. Nothing can stop us now.
That was pretty good. I like that. I might have to isolate that.
Did I sound like Minnie Mouse?
No, but yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's what it was.
Do you know the story about Minnie Mouse and Selena?
No.
Our friend Selena, she does not like Minnie Mouse. And I asked her why. And on the ride, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, when they're packing the car, Minnie Mouse pushes Pluto into the trunk. And well, Selena is like that.
Really?
Mouse.
She doesn't like her?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's interesting.
One of our other friends has a problem with Clarabelle. I think it's Jen Pulliam. I could be wrong.
Really?
Just the way Clarabelle talks.
We should have a podcast. We should have a show about this.
About which Disney character?
No,
do
yes.
you not like?
Yes, this is awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got a few too, but I'm going to hold them in my pocket. So I want to make sure it's like fresh and new. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I see our friends down there. You want to bring them on, Dave?
I guess we have to. I'm surprised they even came on.
All right. Nick and Carlin from Nothing Can Stop Us Now. Dave says I sound just like Minnie Mouse. I don't think I do.
She just did that a minute ago and it sounded just like Minnie Mouse. I'm like, what?
You sound pretty close. It was very good.
Right?
I think so.
See? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Guys, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Getting back in the swing of things after G3. So
yeah.
Caught up with sleep and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. Work's been crazy for me. She's been going nuts. So
right before you guys came on, Dave told me that he said he's never met you before G3 this last month. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw you across like in Epcot at the big meetup last year, but like we never got to talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like our first official meeting.
Yeah,
wow.
I've seen them like in the distance too, but the celebrities, I'm like, I don't want to say anything to them.
Well, last year it was like, I mean, for us, it was our first time. So like, it was a little overwhelming.
It was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Last G3 was a lot. There was a lot.
Of fun
Every time it's a lot. I'm like, this is a lot. I'm so happy. I love everybody, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is to take in. And then you guys got slammed right into it too, because this year, I don't know, the last G3, did you guys do the Geekin' for Glory thing?
Oh, we went hard on
Did
the
you?
Geekin' for Glory.
Oh, well.
And then we did not even place.
Oh, you guys went hard last year? This year, I was actually on their team, and we didn't, Deirdre and me decided we need some extra players. And she's like, well, let's ask Nick and Carlin. And I said, there's no way. They've already got it. They're on a team for sure. Someone's already scooped them up. And she's, well, I'll have to see. And then sure enough, she texts me back. She goes, well, they're available. This year, you guys didn't go so hard. Somebody partied a little too much at Jellyrolls, maybe?
Oh, my God.
Definitely partied too much at Jellyrolls. And yeah, I don't know. Last year, like going so hard and not even placing, it just kind of tore us up.
That was definitely my best performance.
Last year.
She gave it
if that
all.
performance did not even place me, then I'm probably not gonna try. Especially
You're not gonna win.
Over from Jellyrolls. I definitely won Jellyrolls. That's for sure.
Well,
yeah, you did.
Okay, I have to, since we're talking about Jellyrolls, when we were on this quest for Geek and Glory, we took a little break and we stopped and we had some food. And that's where I kind of got to know Nick and Carlin. And they started talking about Jellyrolls, and they had a very interesting story. And at that moment, I said, you guys need to come on our show. You guys want to talk about that real quick? What happened? Now, besides the whole fun time, I know you guys had a blast. It was amazing. I saw a lot of video. Some video we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
don't know what you're
her
talking
over there,
about.
the one over
I don't
there.
know what you're talking about.
We'd like to see that. I think Nick
Nobody
has some.
wants to see that.
I think Nick has some.
Nobody wants to see that.
But no, something happened. You guys want to talk about it?
Yeah, so we're all just having a good time, and I'm so glad everyone got to go to Jellyrolls because I know it was a lot of people's first time. There's just, when you walk by it, you can hear music, but there's just a wall, so you can't see anything going on inside, so nothing really draws you in but the sound of music. And it's $20 to get in, so. But I'm so glad you guys were there. Everyone looked like they were having a great time, and we're having a blast, and Carlin comes up to me, she taps me on the shoulder, she's like, hey, I don't want to ruin your night, and then she just shows me her engagement ring, and the entire top diamond setting with like the little diamonds around it gone. It's just like her band and like 6 prongs coming up. I immediately pull out my flashlight and I just start scanning the floor right around our table. Well, the couple that they had recruited from Abracadabar leans over and they're like, what are you looking for? And I was like, I'm looking for my wife's diamond that fell out of her ring. And they're like, oh my God. Like, they pull out their phones, they start scouring.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go and I was like, well, I'm gonna check the back hallways real quick. So I go to the back hallways where the bathrooms are, and the head piano player looks at me. He's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, I'm looking for my wife's diamond. And then he freaks out. He's like, oh my gosh, let me get our manager.
Wow.
We're going to help you out. And I'm like, thank you. So I go and I'm looking. Another piano player comes out. What are you looking for? Wife's diamond. Oh my God, I'm going to help you guys out. Like, we're going to find this. So I'm done with the back hallway and I go back out into the main room. Well, I look on the floor and it must be like the first 3 rows just of all our friends, just phones out, tables are shoved aside, scouring for the diamond. And I walk up to the stairs to go down to the main floor and boom, like I just looked down right by my foot and there was the entire setting perfectly intact, nothing missing. But speaking of that, I got to go get it fixed. So thank you for reminding me. It's been just
but that's the least of your worries. I mean, just the fact that when they told me this, Tony Ann, I couldn't believe it. Because what are the chances of them?
That's crazy.
What are the chances of you finding that diamond? I mean, that's really like a needle in a haystack, honestly.
I thought it was a piece of trash I was looking at. I was just like, well, it's shiny. Let me just look down and see what it is. And boom.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing.
That's so cool you found it.
I just busted out crying.
Oh,
I was like, I gotta
That's
go.
unbelievable.
I don't think we would have been in such a good mood on Sunday had we not.
Oh, no, it'd have been bad. Yeah. You probably wouldn't even made it.
I mean, insurance, yes, but
right. Well, see, let me see. Hangover and a lost diamond. Yeah, we're not going. And I should have won last year, and I didn't. So no, I'm not going.
Exactly.
I'm so glad you found it. Oh my gosh.
Can't believe it.
Yes, next year we'll have vengeance for our.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was the thing about Jellyrolls was that there's so many drinks that hit the ground. Like so many people dropped their drinks and stuff. Like that floor was disgusting.
People bumping tables while they're dancing.
Yeah.
People going flying.
Mm-hmm. It's dark in there too.
Michael had some fun though. I saw him
Michael
go
had
to
a
the
blast.
stage as soon as his song came on.
Yeah, he knows he loves music, and Sweet Caroline's his song. He loves that song.
That's his favorite. That's his favorite. So when we have new guests on, one of our first things that we ask them is, we'd like to know what your Disney story is. Is it generational? Did it start with your parents or friends, or how did it start? I don't know who wants to go first, but go for it.
Yeah, I'll go first. So just as a kid, I grew up watching Disney movies. My sister's 7 years older than me, so if she was watching a Disney movie, she's also Disney obsessed. So if she was watching a Disney movie, I was sitting there watching it with her. And then we would just go. My parents would take us, what seemed like for several Christmas holiday seasons in a row. Like we would go down to Disney, we'd stay at All Star, and I don't know. It definitely impacted me as a kid. I was like, this place is awesome. It's fun. It's a place to escape. And then after that, we didn't go for a while. And then my freshman year of college, spring break, I met up with a bunch of my friends from high school. We all were like, let's have a reunion. We went down to Disney. We actually camped at Fort Wilderness.
Cool.
In a tent?
Yeah.
Armadillos everywhere.
Armadillos everywhere.
Was it hot and rainy?
So it was fine at night, but I mean, the second the sun came up, you were out of your tent.
Yeah.
No way you're staying in there. But it was fun. We had no clue though. Like I had never been to Fort Wilderness, and we got lost so many times just trying
It's
to
big.
find the bus stop or like how to get to park. So I was still kind of learning as an adult during that trip. And then after college, Carlin and I meet up, and we went there for our 1-year anniversary of dating. For a promise ring in front of the castle during Happily Ever After. And then from there, I proposed, years and years later, I proposed at California Grill.
Nice.
Right after Happily Ever After.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it in front of everyone. I got kind of shy, and I was also like, I kind of want this to be an intimate moment.
Yeah.
So waited till after the show. We were just the two of us out there. And
Were you expecting it, Carlin? Did you know?
No, well, I was like, it is suspicious that we're here because we didn't have any money.
Okay.
Like, to be honest, like we were like broke, I was in college.
Right.
I was like, we're going to Disney, and then I was like feeling his hands, and I was like, he's not sweating, so I don't think this is happening. And yeah, he did it.
yeah. I wasn't nervous. Like I was nervous.
He wasn't sweating because he knew it was right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what a great place to do it, right?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, you're not from Florida, right?
No.
So these
I'm
trips.
born and raised in Charlotte.
Okay, so these trips you're taking it's a little bit of a haul for your family and you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We would always drive though.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, even to today, maybe that's why like I'm always like just a fan of driving down there. I love to have my car there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Makes it easier to explore. Don't have to pay for Ubers,
Right.
and you don't have to rely on Disney transportation nowadays.
Right.
Oh,
People don't
yeah.
believe us when we
Nowadays.
say it's actually easy to drive to the parks. It really is. It's really not a big deal.
And all our friends are annual pass holders, so
But yeah, having your vehicle is a must. It's so cool to have your own vehicle. And I say if you come from out of town or come from somewhere, just rent a car.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just have a vehicle with you.
Yeah.
It's easier to explore the resorts when you're staying there as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So for us, that was a big thing back in the day. We didn't have a park day on our last day, but we would go resort to resort to resort,
Mhm.
just kind of explore and walk around.
Yeah. And I'm not if you listen to the podcast, I'm not a big fan of the bus system. It's just, I always felt
Not anymore.
oh my gosh. At first I was. At first, when we first started going, I was all about being the bubble, transportation, yay. But then I'm thinking, okay, I waited 45 minutes for that bus to get to the park. Now I'm leaving the park. I'm tired. I'm waiting 45 minutes to an hour for that. I've just wasted 2 hours of my life waiting on a bus.
Right.
No,
Right.
no more. Nope.
Exactly.
And then most of the time I'm crammed in, probably, almost the last one. How many people can you get up on a Disney bus? One more.
A lot.
One more. Yeah, one more.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's terrible.
So, Carlin, did Nick bring you, or did you have your own Disney story?
So my Disney story, first of all, we actually met on Tinder. And this was when Tinder was first invented. Like, it was still not weird. Like, it was weird, but it wasn't as weird as it is today.
It's pretty weird right now.
And my tagline was a Disney quote. And I was like, anybody who I'm with better understand what this quote means. And it was, don't be afraid to touch the butt.
Yes.
And so obviously, like, I got some weird comments and I was like, all right, nope. And then Nick was like,
Nemo.
Finding Nemo. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. So we didn't grow up going to Disney. Like, I went to Disney 3 times before I met Nick.
Uh-huh.
My first time on a plane was to Orlando with my mom, and we went and stayed at this motel.
Mm-hmm.
We had to take like Disney a bus, and we got on the wrong bus, and I was like asleep, and my mom's like, she wakes me up and she's like, we got on the wrong bus. And
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
crying. I'm like, no. So that's like one of my first Disney memories.
Oh.
My second time going to Disney was middle school field trip, which was kind of a long ride,
Yeah. In a bus with, yeah.
in a bus with a ton of kids. Somehow I talked my mom into being the chaperone for that. Bless her heart. And,
She's never
third
forgiven
time
you for that
I
one.
Yeah. My third time I went with one of my friends, and we stayed at the Boardwalk. So those are
Nice.
my only Disney experiences. But I thought Florida was this like crazy, incredible place. I just like was obsessed with Florida. Anybody I met from Florida was like, "Oh my God, you're like an alien."
Oh gosh, it is pretty crazy and weird.
It is
Yeah.
very crazy. When they were talking about the diamond incident, she started talking about Florida and how she was obsessed with Florida, and she thought it was this weird, untouchable place. No, you could, if you went there, I don't know what would happen, but she was just obsessed. She said she just had to get to Florida.
Yeah. And my grandmother was the librarian in our church.
Mm-hmm.
So I really hung out with her like anytime my dad was at work. And I was always in the back room with a big VHS, rolling TV.
Right on the cart.
Yeah. And I'm like, which Disney movie am I going to watch today? And that's where my love of Disney came from. When I met Nick, I was like, oh my God, you know a lot about Disney. I mean, now we know a lot about Disney, but I was like, wow, you went to Disney every year? What?
Yeah.
No.
Awesome.
Nick was on Google. What is that? Touch the button. What does that mean? What's that?
No.
Whatever he did, it worked.
Oh.
That's awesome. Oh, so what's so great about Disney?
Yeah. What is so great about
What keeps you coming back? What makes you want to get engaged there?
So we've had a lot of, good memories. Like even after we got engaged, we had our, everything's around Disney. We had a joint bachelorette trip to Disney, 30 of our friends. That was fun. We had to book dining reservations and fast pass at the time for 30 people. She did.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't know. It's a place that keeps us coming back. It's the parks and the movies. They're all just like stories that let you forget about the real problems in the world. Yes, but let you escape and just be a kid and just relax. And their service is unmatched in my opinion. It's the kindness of the cast members, the magical moments that you receive, just not even celebrating something. You just can get magical moments just walking up. We ordered 2 pretzels one day, and they were just like, "Take them. It's on the mouse." I'm like, "What?" It's not my birthday.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, and then just the community that we've learned that's out there with the Crushers, the Geeks, the Mickey File. We've made a lot of friends through Disney. So
that's awesome. Where else do you guys like to travel besides Disney? Do you go anywhere else?
Oh, we like the beach. We go to Key West. We've been to Key West.
Nice.
A lot. We've actually driven that several times from Charlotte, which is a long time.
That's long. It's long from my house, and I'm in Florida.
But our halfway point just happens to be,
Orlando.
There you go. Not bad.
It makes it worth it.
Yeah, we like to camp. We're big into road trips, so we've road tripped all the way down the entire East Coast and almost all the way up the entire West Coast. So
yeah, we've done the PCH.
Yeah,
very cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Any chance we get, we're like, let's go. But of course,
Oh, that's right. I saw you at the Salt Flats recently.
Yeah.
We went out there for a wedding in Utah, so we're like, well, let's make a trip out of this. So we flew into Salt Lake and drove from Salt Lake down to St. George, Utah for the wedding, and then from there to Vegas.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So always making things a trip if we can.
While we can.
Well, that's kind of what you guys are, YouTubers, and that the name of your YouTube channel is Nothing Can Stop Us Now, and that kind of coincides with Nothing Can Stop Us Now, just going for it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we got the name from, just Disney related, but also, just kind of, we're not going to let anything stop us, hopefully, and we're just going to keep going in life and record our memories and, even hopefully when we have kids, just keep it going.
Who decided to start doing a YouTube channel and vlogging and stuff like that? Who was the...
I would say, okay, so...
We kind of went back and forth because we're like, you don't really know, because it's been such a mutual goal of ours for so long. I started editing videos. I thought it was a hobby. Now I know I can do it as a career. But I was just doing it for fun. And when we met, really, just with like random videos that I took, and then he is like the documentarian. Like
I just like to record our travels and cool stuff,
yeah.
And so I would say she probably started it. She got me into YouTube. She got me into Disney YouTube specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I think I became a little bit more obsessed than she did when I wasn't at the parks. I was watching the parks,
Yeah.
So, we follow a lot of those YouTube vloggers that live in the Disney area.
Yeah.
And for us, I also follow through that. I found a lot of travel vloggers, and I don't know. I followed the Bucket List family. They're a pretty popular family on YouTube and Instagram, and I just love the way he documents his kid's life. They've got that footage of their memories to look back on, but he can also just sit back and watch his kids grow up again. And I don't know. For me, that was cool. And he's an incredible editor, and so is she. Ever since we started this, like, she just gets better and better every time.
Cool.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I really didn't know that you guys were YouTubers until I think just recently, honestly. And then, of course, I have to check it out. So I look at a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, Veronica loves the YouTube.
She loves it. Yeah, and so we watch a lot of that stuff. And I'm familiar with editing, not video so much, but I can tell you that she does a really good job, because that was one of my questions to you guys was, okay, who does the editing on the video?
I need to be better and learn.
Well, we all have our jobs.
Yeah.
I always look at it like it's an art. Even audio and video, there's a certain art to it if it's done right. You can tell bad ones right away. Listening to one, you can tell it's bad. Or if you watch one, I'm like, that one's not so good. They're trying, but they're not getting it right. You guys are doing a great job. Kudos to you guys. Great job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely for fun. We enjoy doing it, and we enjoy looking back, because I have a terrible memory sometimes. So for me, it's like if I record something and then she edits it and we put it online, then
What's all those memories forever? You can look back on them.
Brings me right back to that point.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it's all about, is the memories, really.
Exactly.
Right.
Where do you have any place in mind you want to go with the channel? With any place you want to travel to and show the world?
I mean, definitely the Disney parks.
The other parks.
We've only done Disney World and Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Probably our next Disney park would be Disneyland Paris, I would say. And that'll probably be for an anniversary of some sort. Sorry, our cat is.
It's okay.
It's all right. Well, I've got 3. I got it. It's okay.
He just wants to be a part of it.
Yeah, he just wants to be included.
I don't know. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, Disney, I would love to go to all of the Disney parks. I really want to see Frozen.
Yeah.
I am just dying to do it. But I don't know when I'll get a chance to go across the world anytime soon. But yeah, we'll keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully we'll travel as many places we have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Take everybody with us.
They were down here by us, or up here by us, or over here by us. Not recently.
That was cool. And I had no clue you guys lived right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the kind of thing that you guys you watched a documentary on Netflix and you just said, let's go. And you just got if people don't know what I'm talking about, they watched a documentary on Netflix. I think it's called Mer People, right? Isn't that what it's called? And they talked about the mermaids of Wiki Wachi. So they said, oh, let's get in the car and go. So they did.
That was one of the greatest days of my life.
Really?
100, absolutely, no doubt. That was amazing.
That water was very cold.
We don't have stuff.
Yeah, that water is cold.
We don't. I loved it. Florida is seriously so incredible. You guys are so lucky.
There used to be a lot more of that kind of roadside attraction stuff when I was a kid and came down in 81. There was a lot more of that kind of stuff, and I actually went to see. I was living in New York and begged my parents to take me to see the mermaids, and now I live here.
Awesome. Yeah, her grandparents, or her mom was saying that there used to be a water skiing show.
Cypress. Yeah, where Legoland is. Cypress Gardens used to have. They used to be known for their water skiing shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And there's, I didn't realize how many springs there are in Florida. So I kind of just want to start exploring,
Florida has a great state park system, and there's a lot of springs and caverns if you go to North Florida.
Mhm.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of caverns. People don't realize the amount of caverns we have here.
Wow.
And bears, apparently.
Big, yeah. People
Didn't know you
don't.
had bears.
And bears.
People don't believe it. They're like, "Oh yeah, but you got bears that are the size of a dog." I'm like, "No, not so much. No, they're
Yeah.
pretty
We
big."
got one. What is that?
And we have panthers, which are basically cougars, but they're just a different species. But they're the same as cougar out west, and they're huge. They're 200, 250 pounds. So people are like, "You have those in Florida?" I'm like, yes,
Crazy.
yes. Along with alligators, everything's here. Yeah,
Oh, definitely alligators.
yeah.
We've seen those.
Yeah, we're subtropical, so just about anything can live here. And the thing that's really crazy is people get these fish for pets for aquariums, and they get tired of them when they get too big, like piranhas, and they'll just let them out in the waters, in the fresh waters and stuff. And before you know it, you have
We have these invasive species.
all over the place. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy.
Yeah, they have to get all those snakes, all the boas, and
Hmm.
from South Florida.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
It's true. It's true. We're crazy
Yeah.
now.
Snakes out.
People buy like the boas, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they say, "I can't take care of this thing anymore," and they just let it out.
Here
Yeah,
you go, Pete.
it's crazy.
All right, never coming to Florida again.
It was crazy and cool and exotic, and it's us.
We were moving, and I went out to my shed, and I used to have a carpet cleaning company, and we dissolved it, but I had one of the machines in my shed, and the big hose. The hoses are big, and I went in there to clean it out because I was going to sell it, and it was really heavy, and I thought, well, there must be a lot of water in this thing. So I went to dump it out, and there was a 6-foot albino boa constrictor in that tube, and I'm like, why? Where? How? Where did it come from? Like, someone probably just let it go. This whatever. My neighbor calls me one time, and he's like, "Dave, do you know anything about lizards?" I'm like, "No, not really." Why? He goes, "Because I got this crazy looking lizard in my garage." So I walk over to his garage, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, "Yeah, that's not a normal, Florida lizard. That's something that's different." So we chased around his garage. I finally caught it, and I took it. And I said, "What do you want to do with it?" He goes, "Well, I don't know. You want it? Take it." I'm like, "I don't want it." So I said, "Well, let me see if I can find." Let me ask my daughter, see if she knows anybody, because I know some of her friends have lizards and stuff. So I took it over there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a so-and-so lizard. Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "The neighbor's garage."
In South Florida, they got the big iguanas that fall out of the trees when it gets cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We know all about those.
We've seen that in Key West. Isla Mirada too. That there was a lot there. I've never seen, and they fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're pretty cool.
and they can swim too. They dive down in the water. You ever seen them do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll like run across the water until they can't run anymore. Then they just dive under the water and they're gone. Yeah, they're crazy, and they love hibiscus plants. But that's whatever.
I'll bait them next time.
Yeah, if you want to catch one, have a hibiscus plant. They'll come right to it.
That's funny.
You want to ask the last question, Tony?
If you could go back in time and tell your newbie self some Disney advice, what would it be?
That's a hard question.
This is a
I know.
very hard
I
question.
know it is.
Props to you guys for this one. I don't know. I mean, she has a notebook right here. This is what our Disney trips used to look like. And sorry for the listeners, but it is just lists
Right.
Yeah. So 8 a.m. rope drop,
every day.
9:30 fast pass for Toast Track. 8 a.m.
Right.
rope drop, 8 a.m. rope drop, 8 a.m. rope drop.
And what does it look like now? What does your planning look like now?
So I think what we've learned in our years of going to Disney is plan a couple things, but don't overplan your trip, because you don't allow for those magical moments to happen if you're running and stressing about making an advanced dining reservation, because all your times that you're going to eat during this trip are advanced dining reservations.
Right.
So I would say, newbie Nick, slow down.
Yeah.
Taking the moments around you. Don't make so many dining reservations, because we used to stress getting to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've made more memories just slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one we talked about together. We were like, this is a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we both came to that conclusion. Just like,
Not to overplan.
play your must-dos, but let everything else kind of fall into place.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even plan anymore. Like, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they're like, our must-dos. And I was like, I had zero, like, must-dos, because my must-do is to, like, just survive and make it to the next day.
Right.
But, like, I mean, I was like, next trip, I'm going to come up with, like, a couple of things, find some, like an in-between, you know, 2 things that I want to do.
Yeah, I think if you were to ask, someone was asking me that same question, I would say the exact same thing you did. And I think, Tony, I would say the same thing, that you just kind of, you used to call yourself the commando.
I used to be fast passes and dining reservations. And if, I don't know if you remember when Illuminations was a thing, and that globe they would raise the bridge and the globe would have to come in. And I'd always have a reservation on the other side of that bridge. And I'd be freaking out. Like, I gotta get over there. And that globe didn't, it only went at one speed. It didn't speed up because I needed to get to Italy.
Oh man, I missed that globe. What a throwback. I missed that. But yeah, I mean, and I don't know, by the end of the trips, like, I could barely stand. It'd be like day 7 and we'd be waiting for the bus back to the resort at the end of the night. And my feet just physically can't take it anymore. I went to go take a nap on Sunday after Geek and Glory. That's nothing. You wouldn't see me doing that back in the day.
Right. Yeah, I know. But
going to ride rides or.
Mm-hmm. But when you first start going, you kind of feel like you have to be that way, I think, in a way. But if you could just go back and tell yourself, look, dude, just kind of slow down just a little bit. You can still go to the rides, you can still go to some of the dining, but if you just slow down a little bit, you're going to enjoy it so much better. Because when you're done, when the time comes and you have to go, all you're going to remember is rushing here, rushing there, trying to get that. And you don't have those in-between things that, like you said, really grab the memories for you. Yeah. Because those are the times when you slow down. Now it's different because we go so often, but we've gone to the park and not ridden one ride or went to one dining reservation and had a blast the whole time we were there. And we would never thought that would happen.
Yeah, if you're going, you're not going to have that time to let those things happen that are going to happen. But yeah, I would say it stresses people out too, Oh
yeah.
I see these families just trying to have a good time, but they've jam-packed their day full of so many things.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's like going to the parks with kids, but I would imagine slowing down.
Them. It's the best.
Let your kids have a break. Exactly.
Yeah, there's so much to do because and people think, well, you go all the time. You've done the same thing. I mean, you're probably tired of the same. I'm like, no, you don't understand. There's still things we haven't done. So,
absolutely.
So,
lists.
Yeah, I know, right? So now our things now is to where we'll go to the park and Veronica will say, okay, we're going to try something that we've never done before. Just whatever it is, we're just going to try something. And you'd be surprised. The list is so long, we only get to a few things. Right. And people can't believe it. They're like, there's no way. I'm like, oh, you just don't understand. As much as we go once or twice a month every year, but we still have things that we haven't done.
Our list is like pages and pages long. I mean, that's a good idea. Next time I want to do that. Go into the park and just at least make sure we do one thing off of the list.
Yeah. Yeah. And then some of them have become some of our favorites now. We're like, well, I can't believe we've never done that. Mm-hmm. We were on the Liberty Bell one time and we really didn't do it that often, but then we started doing it and we're like, wow, I can't believe we didn't do this before. And we're hanging out and we started talking to a couple next to us and found out they're annual pass holders and they've been coming to park for like 20 years. And they went, this is our first time on the Liberty Bell. And we're like, you got to be kidding. And they're like, no, we've never done it. And by the end of it, they're like, this is so cool. I can't believe it. I can't believe we've never done this before. See, you just don't know. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. And it was so cool hanging out with you guys at G3. That was the meetup for Geekin' on Walt Disney World, Kurt Stone's podcast. Mm-hmm. And he had a big meetup. And that's where I really got to meet you guys and talk to you. And it was really cool.
We're sorry we let you down on the scavenger hunt.
Oh, no. Tony and Ann.
We'll be better next time.
No, Tony Ann, she knows me. when I found out you guys were kind of like, just taking it easy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I found the right team. These guys are awesome. Because I have AD. I just can't concentrate like that. I'm all over the place. And so I'm like, no, these guys are my people. I love them. This is so cool. So if you guys want to go next year and really get into it, I love you guys, but don't pick me.
Yeah. We'll find
And he won't be offended.
Yeah, I won't be
offended.
I won't be offended, honestly. Yeah, because no, it was really fun though. It was fun. Yeah, and I could tell Carlin was into it.
This year for us, it was a lot more fun. I mean, it was fun last year, but coming in second year in a row to make sure we meet the new people that we haven't met and connect with y'all it was great. I couldn't ask for anything better. So thanks for having us. Like this is. We love the podcast as well. So
what's next for Nothing Can Stop Us Now?
Where are we? We just wrapped up. We've got one more 4th of July episode coming out.
Yep.
That was Epcot. That's coming out.
Yep. We've got an Animal Kingdom day, and then we go into my 30th birthday trip.
To Boardwalk Island.
All of my friends surprised me by dressing up as me.
Oh my gosh,
cool.
that's...
I love that.
They each come up the stairs, and I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings when I was in college, and up comes Buffalo Wild Wings.
Different stages of you.
Yes.
That's so wild.
You had Magic Kingdom Carlin, which was actually done by our cast member friend. She came up from Florida
nice
for her birthday. We had Animal Kingdom Carlin, Hollywood Studios Carlin.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Love that.
Next, and then
that's gonna be a fun little series. So
we'll see what's after that. I don't even know. It's been crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the Animal Kingdom one because that's my favorite part. So
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Tell everybody where they can find you guys.
Yeah. So you can find us on Instagram at Nothing Can Stop Us Now. And you can find us on YouTube at Nothing Can Stop Us Now 0314 because,
There's other ones.
Yeah.
And that's our wedding day. So.
Oh, great.
How perfect.
That's isn't that? No, I thought that's not. I thought it was somebody's birthday, but it's not.
I'm sure it is somebody's birthday.
Well, yes, I'm sure it's somebody's birthday, but not,
maybe
that's the person I was thinking
small.
of.
Yeah.
And I think the thing everybody wants to know is what's going to happen to that video from Jellyrolls, Nick?
Oh gosh, I have no clue.
It's gonna be great.
Can it be gotten for a price? 'Cause
Maybe. I will. I'll send you the rough.
I'm terrified of that video.
She's gonna send you a small little clip.
She's gonna send it to Dave. Dave's gonna pay whatever it takes.
I'll pay whatever you guys
Can you
want.
approve this, please?
I can just dangle. Look what I got.
Yeah, well, Rebecca got some footage of me getting down on the dance floor, so we'll see. I can't wait
We'll see what happens with everybody's footage from that night. Okay.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
excited to look back and watch it though.
I can't believe I missed Jellyrolls. See? Oh my gosh. We had to leave and go out of town and come back, but man, yeah. Next time.
We'll let you guys know next time we're heading down.
Next
That'll
time.
be great. That'd be great.
All right. Well, anything else, Tonyan?
Nope. Just remember to hit record next time.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week's Disney Crush podcast. So until next week, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.